Welcome to IQ Checker YouTube channel, home of science quizzes and IQ tests. This is Cambridge Lower Secondary Checkpoint Mathematics Paper 1 for April 2024. And this paper does not require calculator, it's there on the instruction. And it is for 1 hour. So you have to answer all questions. You not to use erasable pen. You not write on any barcodes, and you are not allowed to use calculator. So the total marks is 50. So those are the instructions. So we get started immediately. Question 1. Yusuf thinks of a number n. He adds 3. His answer is greater than or equal to -5 and less than 17. Write the correct inequality signs to complete the inequality. So you have -5 n plus 3 17. And this goes for 1 mark. So to answer this question, you have to take it step by step. Number 1 is Yusuf thinks of a number n. So we have the n and then it has 3. So n plus 3. Okay. His answer is greater than or equal to -5. So you now have greater than or equal to -5. And it says and less than 17. So we have n plus 3 less than 17. So from here now, look at the instruction given, -5 n plus 3. So it means you are going to rearrange this, our first equation. So we're going to rearrange that equation to meet up with what we have in our question. So n plus 3 greater than or equal to -5 can also be written as -5 less than or equal to n plus 3. Okay, so here you can see that the equation we have before was n plus 3 greater than or equal to -5, but you can still rearrange it to say -5 less than or equal to n plus 3. Alright, then we now have n plus 3 greater than 17 with less than 17. You now come here and put less than 17. Alright, so with this we have gotten the answer to our question. So this one is now less than or equal to n plus 3 and then less than 17. So with this you have your perfect answer. So question 2 now says that 200 to the power of -3 is equal to 1 over 200 to the power of w. Write the value of w. So with this, by interpreting 200 to the power of -3 is equal to 1 over 200 to the power of 3 from the law of indices. When a digit or a value is raised to the power of a negative value, it will be 1 over that digit to the number of power it has. So comparing it with the one in our question, 1 over 200 to the power of w, you can see that automatically our 3 here is representing the w. So w is equal to 3. Okay, is equal to 3 from the question, and that will give you your 1 full mark. Then we now move to three. Question 3 now says solve the simultaneous equations. Solve the simultaneous equation. We have x minus 2y is equal to 2, 5x plus 2y is equal to 58. So for you to solve this, we have to name our equations. We have equation 1. Okay, we simply put just 1. Okay, we have our equation 1 and then our equation 2. That is simultaneous equation. And if you look at the variables here, x and 5x, they are not equal. 2y and 2y, so those ones are already equal, and we have negative and positive. So negative 2y, positive 2y, for it to cancel out, you just need to add them together. So when you add this together, equation 1 and equation 2, when you add them together, you will now have x plus 5x will give you 6x minus 2y plus 2y will automatically cancel out. That is 0. So we'll now be left with 2 plus 58 to give us 60. Okay, so we have 6x is equal to 60. And what do we do next to have our x? We divide both sides by 6. Divide this by 6. So we now have x is equal to 10 as after crossing. 6 here, you cancel 6, and 6 here 1, and 6 here we have 10. So x is equal to 10 over 1, which is 10. Alright, so that's the value for x. We now come to the blank space provided for x and write 10. Okay, now we'll now substitute for x in equation 1. Although you can use any equation, but I'll be using equation 1. So equation 1 says x minus 2y is equal to 2. And our value for x is 10. So 10 minus 2y is equal to 2. Alright, so collecting like terms now, 10 we move to the other side, and once it crosses the equal sign, the positive will change to negative. So we now have minus 2y is equal to 2 minus 10. So that's just like saying subtract 10 from both sides. So we now have this at the end of the day, and then we now solve further to have minus 2y is equal to minus 8. So with this, we can now divide both sides by minus 2, minus 2. So minus 2 will cancel out minus 2, negative will cancel out negative, then 2 here, 1, 2 in 8, 4. We now have y is equal to 4. So we now come to this blank space provided and write the 4. So with this, our x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 4. And with this, you now have your 2 full marks. Now question 4. Question 4 says, find the exterior angle of a regular 10-sided polygon. 10-sided polygon. Now for you to know the total exterior angle of a regular polygon, the total angle polygon. The total angle is what? 360 degrees, alright, of a regular polygon. But in this case, we have 10-sided polygon. Okay, 10-sided polygon. So therefore, the angle of a 10-sided polygon will be 360. 10-sided will be 360 divided by 10, the number of sides. The total angle divided by the number of sides. So this now automatically will give you, this will cancel this, and then we now have 36 degrees. So the exterior angle of a regular 10-sided polygon is 36 degrees, and that will now give you your one full mark. Then we now move to question 5. Question 5 says, here is a sequence of calculations. So we have those sequence: 1 multiplied by 7 minus 2 multiplied by 1 is equal to 5. And then up to the 5th sequence, 9 times 11 minus 10 multiplied by 5 is equal to 49. Complete the next calculation in this sequence. So the next sequence provided is 11 multiplied by 12 minus a dash multiplied by a dash to give a dash. So to complete this sequence, there is a sequence you've been given. Alright, and if you watch out closely, look at this from the top to the bottom of this line. You can see an addition of 2. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then the next one should be 11. And that is what is in our question here. 11. Okay. Then 7, 8. Looking at this other line now. The next line. Okay. Our next line here, if you take a good look at it, we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the next one is 12. So that balances that. So we now have a negative sign, which is common all through. We have the negative sign. Then if you now move to the next set of values, alright, this next set of values, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The next one will be what? Automatically 12. There is addition of 2 to each of them. So we are going to have 12 here as our next value. Then we now move to the next series of values. Okay. Which is this column. Alright. So if you look at the column starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the next one will be 6. So it's serially written. Alright. Now, how do we get the numbers, the answers after the equal sign? Now we're going to take a good look at the calculation. We're going to solve it now. So for this first row, okay, 1 multiplied by 7 will give you 7. 2 multiplied by 1 will give you 2. Then when you subtract, you now have 5. Okay. Now, if you move to the next row, 3 multiplied by 8, you have 24. 4 multiplied by 2, you have your 8. 24 minus 8 will now give you 16. That is how we got this, we got 16. Alright. Now, following that same sequence, if you come to the last row, 9 multiplied by 11 will give you 99. 10 multiplied by 5 will give you 50. And when you subtract 50 plus 99 will give you 49. Okay, that is how it is solved. So now come to complete our question. 11 multiplied by 12. 11 multiplied by 12 will give us what? 121. Alright, if you want to solve it out, you can just do it this way. 1 then multiplied by 2 will give you 2. 1 multiplied by 1 will give you 1. 1 multiplied by 2, then 1 multiplied by 1. Remember, you are not allowed to use calculator. So you can just solve it out. 2, 3, 1. So that gives us 132. Alright, then we now have our minus subtraction sign. 12 multiplied by 6. So if you don't remember, you can as well solve it out. 12 multiplied by 6. 6 times 2 will give you 12. 6 times 1 will give you 6 plus 1, 7. So that will give you 72. Alright, now 132 minus 72. 132 minus 72, you subtract, then 2 minus 2 will give you 0. 13 minus 7 will give you 6. So that gives you your answer here as 60. So with this, you have your 1 full mark. Okay, then there is another way to go about this. Another way to go about this if you don't want to go through the stress of this calculation, what you could have done as well, the way we were comparing the columns, the last column with the answers, if you compare the differences, difference between 5 and 16 is 11. Between 16 and 27 is 11. Between 27 and 38 is also 11. Between 38 and 49 is 11. So 38 plus 49 plus 11 will give you 49. Then 49 plus 11 will now give you what? 60. So with that, you can just fill it in here as your 60. That's another way of doing it. So that will save you time if you can think faster like that. Alright, so I will repeat this last explanation I just gave. I said, considering the last column that has the answers. Alright, looking at this last column that has the answers, the differences is by 11. So 5 plus 11 will give you 16. 16 plus 11 will give you 27. 27 plus 11 will give you 38. 38 plus 11 will give you 49. And 49 plus 11 will give you 60. Alright, so you just come here and write your 60. So with this, we can now move to our next question, which is number 6. A regular polygon has k lines of symmetry. So the number of symmetries is letter k. So tick the correct statement about the order of rotational symmetry of the polygon. The first option is the order of rotational symmetry is 1. It's not 1 because we don't know the number of lines of symmetry. So it is not 1. The order of rotational symmetry is clockwise. You don't know whether it's clockwise or it is anti-clockwise. The order of rotational symmetry is k because we have k lines of symmetry, and that is good. The order of rotational symmetry is k plus 1. No, the order of rotational symmetry is according to the lines of symmetry. So with this, we now move to...
We have come to the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. Other levels of this topic are displayed on your screen. Click on the next level of your choice to watch. Many other topics are available for biology and chemistry. Kindly check them out also. Special thanks to all the subscribers, and if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please like this video, subscribe and touch the bell button. Subscription is free. Thank you.